Hello, Placentia community. It's Eric Holmgren, your ambassador at large with the Placentia Chamber of Commerce. And today we are out in front of the beautiful Bradford House in Placentia. And I am with Bryan Luu with Bluu Construction, or Bluu Construction, depending on how you look at it.
Yep, exactly.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Eric?
Excellent. I'm so glad that you could meet us. And it's a lovely day out here in Placentia.
It is.
Good. Well, tell me, Bryan, a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Bryan. I'm the owner, half owner of Bluu Construction. My other half, Ashley, is the other half of Bluu Construction. She's a little camera shy, so she didn't want to be a part of this today. But yeah, we've been in business for 5 years now. We got licensed in 2019. I've been in the industry since 2007, so I have a background of commercial construction, building restaurants, managing jobs for another general contractor before I got licensed. Yeah, and in 2019, I decided, right before the pandemic, I decided to,
Perfect timing,
to get into construction. Yeah, and in the beginning, it was definitely scary, not knowing what to do. No one really kind of knew what to do at that time, but it actually ended up being the best thing that could have happened for the construction industry and starting a new construction business. Everybody was at home remodeling their house, so yeah, definitely attribute a lot of our beginning success to just luck, really.
Right. Okay. So while other people went into the pandemic and it was a disaster, for you it was a boon of sorts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You can
Cool.
say that.
So with your construction company, are you focusing mostly on commercial or residential?
Yeah, so we primarily do residential. We do kitchen and bath remodels, full interior remodels. We are kind of shifting into a design build firm. We are bringing on designers to collaborate with. We've got architects and engineers to collaborate with. So any sort of design that the clients would need, any material selections, we're handling all of it. So essentially a turnkey product from us.
Okay, cool. Is there any particular specialty that you have, whether it's kitchens or bathrooms or something like that?
Yeah, so when I was working for the other contractor, I was a lead carpenter for them for a while. So my background is carpentry. I really enjoy it. I love watching a product come together. But yeah, kitchens and baths are our bread and butter. We love designing awesome kitchens, and not just good-looking kitchens, but functional kitchens. There's definitely a lot more than just the aesthetics that go into it when we're planning and designing a space. So definitely try to work in the working triangle, as they call it, where your kitchen or your sink, your refrigerator, and your range all are kind of close together, so that when you're prepping food, it all kind of just melts together. So we're not just putting good-looking stuff together. We actually think about the functionality of it, where your spice racks are going to go, where your cutting boards are going to go, and all the little things that you use.
So the ergonomics of it.
Ergonomics, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So part of the discovery of working with a client is just understanding how they operate, if they're entertainers, if they've got young kids and stuff like that. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There's more to it than I would have imagined.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you're the professional. Well, good. And then now, do you also do exteriors or additions?
We
or
do,
things like
yes.
that?
We do some exteriors. So exterior paints. We do hardscapes. Yeah, we do pretty much anything that has to do with your house. We'll tackle, but we primarily do a lot of interior remodels. We'll do additions, ADUs, ground ups to that extent as well.
Okay. Okay. Well, good to know. I know that's ADUs are becoming more popular with people.
Absolutely, here in California, yes.
Yeah. And I think there's some laws that have been passed to try to make it a little easier for that.
It is a lot easier now, yes. I actually tried to do an ADU on my house 6 years ago in the city of Placentia. I live here in Placentia, and it was definitely a harder process than it is now for some of the projects that I've done.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. So, well, good. Well, Bryan, talking about things that are easier or hard, as you know, with our chamber chats, we usually have a little time where we talk with the business owners about a business challenge you've had and how you've overcome it or how you're dealing with it. So what's a business challenge that you're facing?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenges, I think, with the industry and as a whole is just the lack of talented people. I think there was a time there where college was pushed a lot and the trades were actually looked down upon, and they thought that we were, when people didn't go to college and they went into the trades, they thought they didn't really have an education. But that's causing kind of a lack of people in the industry that want to do what we do, and it's definitely been a challenge trying to find great people. I've been lucky enough to find 4 awesome team members to help us build our projects, but we're always looking for somebody that takes pride in what they do, somebody that takes ownership of what they do, and really wants to make that client experience, keep it to our standards.
So is it a case then with contracting or with building, is it a case where people didn't go into it because there's not the sort of compensation that they think there is? Or is it because it's seasonal, maybe hit and miss? So, I mean, what are the preconceived ideas that people have that aren't necessarily correct?
I would say that it was you're kind of the outcast types of people that got into construction. Back when I was growing up, it was, you've got to go to college, you've got to get an education. If you get into the trades, maybe you're not as smart as the people that go to college. But so I think
more
today,
of a snobbery.
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And I think Hollywood kind of did us a disservice where they portrayed the typical construction worker as the catcalling, cursing sort of,
okay.
like, the roughneck sort of
Right.
Portrayal. But there's a lot of great people. They're great family people. A lot of the guys that I have encountered throughout my years have been dedicated family people. They just want to make sure that they're providing for their family. And I think social media and there's a new resurgence of people online that I've noticed that are pushing to get into the trades because
Right.
they're seeing that college is leaving people with tons of debt and maybe not a job that's paying too well, and you can go to a 2-year trade school and get paid, or you can get a job with somebody like me or somebody else in the trades that can pay you to learn all these skills.
Okay. Well, good. And as far as with you finding folks, are you then usually finding them through the trade schools, or are you, how are you finding new talent or new folks to bring in on board?
The 4 guys that I have right now are all just referrals and word of mouth. So my main guy, Melvin, he's a painter that I brought on from another job that I worked on, and I thought that just his demeanor, I look for character more than I do skill set, because that's something that is ingrained in you.
Right.
I can't teach that, but I can teach you how to hang cabinets. I can teach you how to patch drywall and do all the other stuff. So when I'm looking for somebody, I definitely look for character more than anything. But yeah, I'm trying all different sorts of avenues. It's a learning curve that I'm figuring out, hiring and finding the right people.
Okay, good. And are you usually taking people like out of high school, or where along in their track of life are you usually finding folks, or you would take somebody on board who doesn't necessarily have, maybe they got the right attitude and the right work ethic, but they don't have a background in construction?
I would say both is needed. I think that when somebody new gets into the trades that has never done construction before, I think without setting them up with a mentor or somebody that's been in the trades that knows the craft, you're not setting them up for success. You're not giving them the opportunity to learn on a daily basis. As the owner of the company, I wear a lot of hats. So I'm either estimating, I'm driving from job to job, or I'm doing other stuff. So if I could split myself in two and be there and train these guys the way that I was trained, and also keep the business running, I would definitely do that. But to answer your question, yeah, the older guys that have the skill set with a younger apprentice or somebody that is newer to construction would be the ideal setup for me. I think the younger guys are good because there's longevity in that for me. I'm a young guy, so building this business, it's in it for the long run.
Right.
So to have those guys kind of be built up alongside me is great.
Cool, cool. Well, very good. It was so nice to meet you and learn more about your business. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our friends out there in the wider community?
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to thank the Placentia Chamber for having me and helping me grow my business. Placenta's been great for my business. It's such a welcoming community. I was born here and have been here since 1990, so a long time, and no better place to grow the business, and I'm expanding beyond Placentia. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to them, and if you guys are wanting to get into the trades, let me know.
That's right, yeah. Well, if you need to get in touch with Bryan, you can go to the Placentia Chamber of Commerce website, and you'll find him and his contact information there, whether it's looking for a job or whether it's looking for having him do a job for you.
That's it.
All right, Bryan, so good to meet you.
Yeah, very nice to meet
And
you.
we'll see you at another function, hopefully soon. And until the next episode, everybody, be well.
Thank you.